Hello and welcome. Tonight I want to try out an addition that I now have for my Light Outdoors hot tent. And this is called a Nest. It's an inner mesh tent to go inside the hot tent so that the hot tent will now act as the fly for the tent. I really wanted to give this a good go out here in an area where I'm not that far from home. But this is going to enable me to take my palatial tent out in the summertime and not have problems with bugs. It also has a floor in it, and so I'm going to put that up and I'm going to show you what it's all about. I've done a few videos over the winter and into the early spring using this tent, and I've just used it as the hot tent. But now I have this addition that Light Outdoors makes for this tent specifically called a Nest. And I put it up in my backyard to start with, just to get things connected. It was so simple to do. What I did was I put up the inner first, and then I draped what's now going to be called the fly over top. And then inside there's these toggles and eyes, and you just attach. There's several attachment points connect the inner to the outer. So I've done that already at home, but this is certainly my first time to actually put it up in the field and to try it out. So I'm going to stake this out, and then you just put in the pole, and then you continue to stake out as much as you want. There is an adjustable pole here, and it was suggested by the company to pitch the tent higher. I usually have the pole in this one, number 2, and I think at home I had it in 5, but I might have to move it around a bit to get the right pitch, because you want to lift the tent up enough to allow for more air circulation. You'll see how that works in just a sec. Right, I'm going to show you the inside. Here's the little tent, and whoa, I like it. I know for all of you folks who said, I don't want to sleep in a tent without a floor. Well, my little tent now does have a floor. So I've just got my hand between the actual tent and then the mesh. There's a really good airspace in between, and then there's a good space all the way around the floor till it would hit the fly. So there should be some quite good air circulation. You can see there's toggles all the way around. There's one lower and one higher, and that goes all the way around the tent. So it holds the fly away from the mesh really well. Okay, normally with this tent, this is called a mud skirt or a snow skirt, would be out. But the recommendation is that you roll it up. There's toggles underneath, which you hook on. And it doesn't hold it up high off the ground, but it does probably help with some air circulation. I am not sponsored by Light Outdoors. I bought this tent myself last fall and have loved it, and that's why I decided to invest in the inner. The inner is, the Nest is under 100 Canadian dollars, and I think if this can make this into a 4-season tent for me, that's great. I certainly wouldn't take this backpacking. I'm not big enough, strong enough to carry this in a backpack, but I certainly could take it in my canoe. I'm going to continue with the setup of this little campsite. It's just for an overnight. I really wanted to try this out more than being in my backyard and see how I feel about sleeping in here, but I can tell right off the bat that I'm going to like this. I've had 2 people who watched me do this, blowing up of my Nemo mattress, and they said, don't put it so close to your mouth. Hold it further away, and it'll work just as well, if not better, than having it too close. So I'm giving this a go, okay? Okay. Oh. Well, I think they're right. So thank you to I think it was 2 or 3 people who suggested that I do it this way, and yes, it seems to work much better than huffing and puffing. Thank you very much. I thought I'd give you a little bit of the information that I got off the website for this tent. I believe it's 8.75 feet if you're looking at the fly of the tent. 8.75 long and wide, and it provides approximately 76 square feet of space on the floor. Now, I'm not sure, I couldn't see the exact measurements for the nest, but it certainly takes off probably 6 inches all the way around, so it's maybe closer to the 8 feet, I would guess. So that's still 64 square feet. Certainly plenty of room for 2 people and your gear. Now this tent actually can be modified to use the nest in the winter with a stove. The Light Outdoors people have a fabric that you can purchase from them, and that can make a stove jack. And also you can have a placement of some of that fireproof material on the tent floor. Now, I might be interested in trying that, because if you've watched my channel for a little while, you'll know that at one point this winter I was out in a rain warning and I spent a great part of the evening digging trenches. Now, you probably still have to be very careful where you pitch your tent. But I did put a ground sheet. I think you saw that I put a ground sheet underneath, because I didn't want to do any damage to the tent floor. Evidently, the floor of the tent is strong, and it also has a polyurethane coating, and the seams are taped. I looked, and so I don't expect that the water would come through, but I think that it helps tents to have a bit of a ground sheet under them normally. And there's a lot of little bugs out. I just put some bug spray on, and so I'm glad I have this mesh. See, it's great. Gotta shut the zipper. Great way to spend an afternoon, don't you think? Absolutely. I thought I'd just mention, like, this is very therapeutic for me right now to come out here and do this. Just last week, our old dog, beautiful Labrador Harley, 14 years, 8 months for a 100-pound lab. It was his time, and so we had to let him go. And it went well, but yeah, it's pretty sad. And for me, coming out here is really good medication. It's recovery time. And yeah, we've been through the ringer. And anyone of you who have animals, pets, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a while. You just get used to all the empty spots in your house and in your heart. But, you know, for me, coming out here is therapeutic. Yeah. There's a pretty girl. All right, it's almost time to cook dinner. The fire's Not really burnt down, but I can put these on the top grill. Simple dinner tonight. I've got some new potatoes in here with salt and pepper and some olive oil and a smoky. I also made one of my favorites, Greek salad. I made this before I left home. So while dinner's cooking, I'm going to start into this, and I don't care how long it takes to cook dinner. So I'm up for that, and let's start cooking dinner. All right, here's the really best part for me often is the salad. Sorry for all of you meat and potato people, but I still love my veggies, especially fresh ones this time of year. So, okay, I think it's time to see what we've got here. Gonna open this up. Oh, look at this. Totally perfect. Gonna dump those guys in there. Whoa. I don't think I'll eat all of that, but I'll eat some. Dijon mustard. There we go. That with the salad, perfect. Perfect amount of dinner. Anyway, I'm going to dig into this and enjoy this perfect view in front of the fire. Okay, I'm in. Like I said earlier, it's been a bit of a tough week. I'm really tired. So I'm going in, and there was a couple of little bugs because I obviously let the little zipper be open for a bit. But yeah, I'm in my nest. It's really, really cool. I really like it. And I'm just going to bundle in and maybe read for a little while and try and get some sleep. Sleep's been a little bit disruptive the last few days, but yeah, I think it's going to be good. I'm going to leave the fly open right by my face at the door so that I can look out through the netting and see some reflection of the lake. Well, good morning, everyone. What a great night. Oh, and what a beautiful morning. No wind really to speak of at all last night. There were frogs croaking till about 12:30. So I've just got the water on for coffee. I'm going to get on with that and some French toast, and then I'll start packing up. So my first night in the nest, and boy was it perfect. I have to say it was absolutely great. Loved it. Because of the mesh and the space between the tent outer and the mesh, there was like no condensation inside the tent at all. It was terrific. So that's a big plus. And no bugs. Kept them out. Coffee's about to be made. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but thanks to the person who suggested that I punch 2 or 3 holes into my windscreen and anchor it down with some small pegs, which I happen to have and are now part of my cook kit. Very excellent idea. Thank you very much. And I see, yes, time for coffee. I'm often asked about gear, about the gear that I take and what I pack. So the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to have a bit of a gear review. And I'm going to do that because I'm going on a backpacking trip. In fact, the next few weeks is going to be really kind of jam-packed. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go with my son and daughter-in-law and 2 grandkids. And we're going to go on a backpacking trip for 2 nights, 3 days. And if I seem a little bit hesitant, it's because we're going to go up a mountain. I'm not worried about the kids. I'm worried about Grandma Wendy. Yeah, it's going to be quite a challenge for me. So I got to pack really light. And when I get my gear out, which will be in the next few days, I'll do a little video about it. We are also, Bob and I are going on a 2-week van trip to a really, really exciting place, which I will hold off telling you about till we get a bit closer. And then I come back from that, and a week later I go for another backpack trip out to the West Coast with some girlfriends, which is going to be really fun. So it's going to be busy, and I'm not quite sure how videos are going to get out. I'm going to be off grid quite a bit. So anyway, I guess they'll come when they come. But this is perfect. This is a very nice, relaxing, non-eventful kind of a overnight. Perfect. That's really good. Well, this has been a great campsite. So pretty and so peaceful. But it's time to start to take everything down, take it home, then I open it all up, dry it all off. But then it's nice and ready and well cared for till the next time I go. So let's go have one last look at the nest. This was home sweet home, and I must say it was pretty darn sweet. Look at all that space for one person. As they say, I wouldn't be carrying this on my back, but perfect for car camping, perfect for canoeing. And this so far is an excellent product as far as I'm concerned. And it fits my needs. Maybe won't fit everybody's needs, but for the climate I have here and the kind of things that I do, it's pretty darn nice. So I'm going to head home, unpack all that, and set it out. Thankfully it's a sunny day. Set it out in the backyard in one form or another and let everything dry off. So I'm going to head back up the road, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll talk about backpacking gear, I think. Bye for now.